Hello, and I want to take this time to say to you Merry Christmas. It's not Christmas yet, but it's coming up. Christmas will have come and gone before I make another video, so I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you. I want to tell you that I had an experience Sunday that I wanted to share with you. And it didn't work out for me to share it with you like I wanted to, but I'm going to try to share it with you anyway. Throughout this year, I've been making some videos that refer to music that I like and people's music that I like. I think it started way back in the spring when I did a video about some other subject that caused the video to be taken down by YouTube. It was up there a few days, and then they took it down and sent me a nasty note, and I tried to appeal it, but it didn't do any good. But in that video, I recommended Jamie Johnson to you. Tried to introduce my audience to Jamie Johnson, who happens to be a singer I really enjoy. And sometime after that, I made another, because YouTube took that video down. Sometimes after that, I made another one about where I mentioned Jamie Johnson. Then on the 4th of July, I did a series of videos. I think there's 4 of them in a row where I talk about different musicians and different music that I like and enjoy, and talked about one of my brother Clint's favorite musicians. And YouTube didn't even let me get started with those. They censored those because of copyright violations, and so I had to go in to alter those. I finally got them posted, but they aren't what I originally made them to be. But they're about music. Then not too long ago, I had one where I talked about Kris Kristofferson, and I probably mentioned some other people in there. I think he's my favorite songwriter. And then just here recently, I discovered Townes Van Zandt, and I really enjoy his music too, but I made a video about him and his music for a different reason than I did the Kristofferson one. But they have like characteristics in them. I think I mentioned when I was talking about Kristofferson that he had a way in writing music within his lyrics and within the short message of the song. He had a way of just putting you right there with it, as if you were there, both physically and emotionally. Of course, the Deliverance, who does the music, has something to do with that too, but his lyrics are so good about doing that, and that's what makes him a great songwriter, I think. And one of the songs that he wrote that I'll mention another artist now, Janis Joplin, because I think Janis will be one of the better examples of what I'm talking about and what I want to tell you about happened Sunday. I really enjoy Janis Joplin, and I like her voice and the way she does her music. But that's not what makes her music so good to me. I mean, there's lots of people with a better voice and better musical ability than Janis had, but Janis had a way of putting her soul into whatever it was she was doing. She felt it, and it came through in the song that she was doing. And when she had a good song, like, for instance, Kris Kristofferson's Me and Bobby McGee, you just felt the emotion and the pain and the feeling from Janis Joplin's version of that song. She even did it when she didn't intend to. She made a song, recorded a song called, I don't know what it was called, but the main line that repeats in it is, "Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?" And in that song, and she's not intending for this to happen. She's poking fun at people and their beliefs and their emotions and even their faith, I think. She's got that little song that pokes fun at that. And that, on the one hand, irritates me. But on the other hand, in that song where she's trying to do that, she can't hide her emotion about the hopelessness that she deals with in a lot of issues. It just comes out in her voice and in her delivery on that song. And then more recently, Townes Van Zandt, I mentioned him. And his writing is, so much of it is, he's writing about himself and his emotion and his hopelessness and his pain and his suffering. And again, like Christofferson, it comes out in his lyrics. He has a God-given talent to be able to make lyrics speak to what it is he has to say, and to share the deep, whatever it is, the deep feelings, the deep hopelessness, the deep pain, the deep suffering, the deep confusion, whatever it is he's writing about, he has the ability to put that in a form that we can all feel. And others take his songs and do them in a way that you can feel that. But when you listen to old recordings of him doing that, he can't help it. It's there and it comes out when he sings the song. And early on, when he's young, he's got a good voice and he's a really talented guitar player, and it comes out beautifully. But even after he gets old and wasted, that part of it still comes out with Townes Van Zandt. He's not near as talented. His voice is nearly gone. I can't remember the words to his song, but all that inner feeling comes out through him. I said all that to say this. I go to church, Fairview Community Church. It's was originally a United Methodist church with a circuit preacher back in the 1800s. And we just tore that building down within the last 10 years and built a new building. So it's been out there on the side of the hill on the old Leesville Road for a lot of years. It's just a little church, and COVID's about to cut it in half. We got about half as many people that regularly attend than they did before COVID. Our pastor's name's Lindy Hopkins. His wife's name's DeAnn. And DeAnn sings, and she sings well. She's got a beautiful voice. She's got some musical talent. She sings in the church. Very often sings what we call a special part of the program. Congregation sings, and we have those numbers, and then somebody sings us that, what they call a special, and DeAnn does that some. She didn't do it this week. Another lady in the church did it. In fact, we had volunteers, and we formed an impromptu choir and did it that way. And if you want to, you can go to Fairview Community Church, Bedford, Indiana's website, and you can watch live streams of our Sunday morning service. And if you miss it live, you can go to that website and you can watch it now. For instance, you could tune it in on your TV if you know how to do that kind of thing, and watch the service, because we record it and stream it live. And that's what I'd hoped to be able to do with this video. I'd hoped to share what I'm about to talk about in this video by showing you part of that video, but I can't do it because what happened and what I wanted you to see and what I wanted you to experience, our camera didn't pick it up. DeAnn and Lindy are off to the side, and you can hear her, but it's not the same when you can't see her and see her face and see her essence while she's singing this song. We have what we call a praise song. I think it might be the last thing we do before the preacher starts preaching. I go out there every Sunday, but I can't give you the exact order of the service. But we had one of those songs this week. And DeAnn likes that kind of music. She likes those songs. And when she sings special music, she takes it very seriously. And often talks about how she practiced all week. And the pastor, he talks about, well, he knows this song well because DeAnn's been practicing around the house all week. He could probably sing it with her, but he can't sing a lick. He sings better than I do, but he doesn't sing like some of the people that can sing do. But anyway, it was one of those kind of songs, and it was on. We had a computer thing. It puts it up on the wall there behind the pulpit, and you can see it on the wall, and that's all you can see in the video, so you miss out what I'm going to talk about. But DeAnn was singing that song. And she wasn't singing like she does when it's special music, and she feels obligated to deliver you a good performance. She wasn't doing that. She was looking up at the wall, standing there next to her husband, and he, by the way, had on one of them little mics like he uses to preach, and I think it was on, but I'm not sure it was. But I could hear DeAnn when she was singing. I could hear her better than I expected to hear her, above the rest of the music even. And I hope you could do it too if you watched that video on the website, but it doesn't come out that way because you're not looking at her, and if you're just one of my viewers, you don't know her voice and you wouldn't know how to pick her out. But she's standing up there singing that song, and she's not singing it to an audience. She's praising her Savior while she sings that song. And it's obvious that she's in another place. It just so blessed me to see her doing that, and the love that came through, and the reverence and the fellowship that she had with God and with Jesus as she sang that praise song, oblivious to everyone else and what was going on in the church. She was immersed in it. It was a beautiful thing to see. That kind of thing doesn't happen just all the time. So I felt blessed. No one told her about it. Now I told you about it. Like I said, I wish you could have sat there next to me and I could have said, hey, look at this. But I didn't. I just sit there and appreciated it for myself. Somehow I feel guilty or selfish for having that experience, but it was special. It was really special. Well, most of you have been bored stiff by this, I guess, but that's just how I am. Wanted to share that with you this week. Want to tell you Merry Christmas. Go ahead and tell you Happy New Year while I'm at it. I may not put out another video before 2023 sometime. Don't know. But thank you, DeAnn Hopkins. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, and have a good day. I'm the Hard Times Guy.